what you'll find here is that nuclear reactors today have three main components. What they have here is that one, they have nuclear fuel. They have two, they have control rods. And three, they have water. So here's what you find here. So let's see how I can draw this. This is going to be tricky to draw. And it's a fairly involved picture here. And it's a fairly involved picture. So here we go. So I could imagine that I have a dome for my reactor. You typically see these domes here. And so what I'll do here is that I don't know how big to draw this. So I'm going to say that it looks something like this right here. So this guy right here is my reactor. So what I'm going to do here is that when I think about this, this whole yellow thing here is my nuclear reactor. Okay. So this is my nuclear. Okay. Now with this reactor, what you're going to find here is that I have a location where I start my nuclear fissions here. And so I need to have a rectangle, something like this here. And then I'm going to keep drawing this stuff right here. So now what happens here is that I have fuel rods. Okay. So what happens here is that in these locations right here, these guys now have nuclear reactions that occur. Damn, I think I gotta stop. Why is the moderator, why is the golf ball wall and the golf ball hitting baseballs so important? And this is the answer here. In nuclear reactors, there are many fission fragments that leave heavy nuclei. So we only focused on one, so I'm going to continue that, but here's what we typically see here. So if I'm talking about, a fission reaction, then we know that we have a neutron, and then we shoot it at a 235 uranium. Then we get neutron capture, right? We get neutron capture. Then we get, of course, the 236 uranium, which is highly unstable. And then only then do you get fission. But one of the fragments is this baryon, and the other one is this 91 krypton. And of course, we get the 3 neutrons. But here is the issue. These guys are really heavy. So these guys right here are heavy nuclei, And these guys behave as walls to the incoming neutron. So then if I look at this thing, what I'm really seeing here is that I'm really saying this right here. So if a neutron bounces off of heavy nuclei, like the 142 barium or the 91 krypton, the neutrons hardly lose any speed. But that's bad. And the reason why that's bad here is that they're too fast to be thermal neutrons. So what this implies here is that this is bad if you want fission. Fission implies here is that you want slow neutrons, and slow neutrons are what we call thermal neutrons, are required to be captured by 235 uranium. So if they're too fast, you won't get that. So the bad thing here is that these are then fast neutrons. We don't want fast neutrons. Therefore, this is why they use graphite. So what we know here is that graphite which is carbon, and in fission reactors, they call them moderators. And what they do here is that when a neutron bounces off of a carbon atom, it loses considerable speed compared to the, coming off the big nuclei. And as a consequence, they lose considerable speed. These lead to many more thermal neutrons. In other words, these guys have the right speed to be captured by 235 uranium. So what do I mean by a nuclear reactor? And this is what we were, I described so poorly last time that I feel like I gotta redeem myself. So what you have here is that you have what they call fuel rods. So when I look at these fuel rods, they look something like this. So if I look at these fuel rods, what I'm seeing here, they contain reactor grade uranium. So these guys right here are these are the fuel rods that contain reactor grade 235 uranium. In other words, it's somewhere between 3 to 20% of 235 uranium. And so what happens here is that you then get these carbon, moderators. And so what you do here is that so if you, right now, at this point, no reactions are being taken place here. Why? The neutrons are too fast. So before the rods are inserted, so before the rods are inserted, almost no fissions occur. And the reason, because the reason for this is because neutrons are moving too fast. So what you do now is that now you insert the moderators. And as you insert the moderators, then neutrons, fast neutrons, how do I say this? Fast neutrons are slowed down to be thermal neutrons. So as a consequence of this is that now fission reactions occur more frequently. So the idea here is to put the moderators in or keep them out. And so what happens here is that now, let's look at the rods here. So if you stick them in, then you get more fissions. If you take them out, then you get less fissions. And so then these guys are moderators. And I think that's the appropriate name here. So then when you have this, what happens now? They release energy. And if we go back to up here, one of the things that I did not mention, they also release energy. How much energy do they release? 200 million electron volts per fission. So then all of a sudden you get this energy release that then just starts coming out. Okay, so this is then the energy released from fissions. And so the trick here is to not, you don't want to have too many fissions, because then if too much energy gets released, that's when you run into the problem, core meltdown. So the trick is, how do you moderate this thing so that it doesn't ever get too hot from the fissions? And so the idea here is that then you build a fission reactor that's contained.